Eminem's got a cuss in his raps to sell records. Well, me too, so fuck Will Smith. What's up, fam of Liberty, and then everyone else who's also watching this video who's not following our channel for some unknown reason? It's your new best friend, Big Sarge, of the artist formerly known as Admin Tim. I'm the founder of the Sons of Liberty social media organization that's been steadily shitposting and enraging MAGA fuckface ass clown cultists since 2015. If you saw us out in the streets at a protest for the first time and or you're new to our channel, I know what you might be thinking, so let me go ahead and get this out of the way. Fuck Donald Trump. Fuck neo-Nazi illegal immigrant Elon Musk. Fuck GOP politicians. Fuck the billionaires, wealth hoarders that had their fucking boots on the neck of just about every American citizen. This channel and its comment sections are not a safe space for bootlicking simps for a convicted felon, adjudicated rapist, Wish.com fascist oligarch, failed insurrectionist, wannabe authoritarian tyrant, or his sugar daddy, the world's biggest supervillain manchild from South Africa, shadow president that nobody fucking elected. Now you know where I stand on things, so if you're still here and you're not frantically rage typing into my comments box like a triggered snowflake who's outraged that liberals aren't easy, meek targets, then maybe consider following this channel after you watch the video and decide whether or not you like the cut of my jib. Real quick, before I get into this video and lose my shit and thus lose my focus, this coming week we'll be doing a live stream with former U.S. Navy pilot Ken Harbaugh, a member of the Valor Media Network and the Midas Touch Network. Ken is also involved in the film community, just like your boy Big Sarge, and he made a documentary called Against All Enemies, which was produced in part by the Midas Touch Network. That video is about the violent extremism movement in this country, and it looks at the issue from a wide range of personal perspectives. I don't yet have a date nailed down for the live stream, but that video is available on YouTube and is free to watch. So in the meantime, go and watch the video. I'll be linking it on social media and in this video's video description. Later this month, we also hope to be talking with comedian Cliff Cash and veterans Bobby Jones and Chris Goldsmith. I'm excited, and it's kind of robbing me of my anger buzz that I've been building up all day, so let me shut up and get back to it before I get too happy to rant. Today's video, I'm going to lay waste to lazy, silent, meek Democratic Party politicians. I'm not going to focus on the past, like the Biden-Harris administration complicity in the genocide in Palestine or not doing enough to help put Israel in a corner and give them a timeout, like how we ignored the genocide in Rwanda, like how we didn't do enough to stop the ethnic cleansing as former Yugoslavia fell apart. The fact of the matter is, we did finally go into Yugoslavia and start setting shit right to put a stop to it. I should know. I was there. I saw the aftermath. It affected me profoundly. So why didn't we do shit in Israel? But I'm not going to talk about that, and I've said my piece on all the leftists who didn't vote for Harris, helping hand a victory to Trump, who's definitely going to aid and abet Israel in getting rid of Palestinians altogether. That's not what this is about, and that whole last statement that I just made is a slow burn for what's about to come. So it's been almost 3 months since the 2024 election, and it's been about 2 weeks now since Vice President Donald Trump, yes, I said Vice President, has been sworn in. Despite years of being a whinging crybaby, bitch-made loser crying about ruling by executive order, Velveeta Voldemort signed over 200 executive orders on day one. Now, almost all of these executive orders were designed to give billionaire wealth hoarders a massive advantage, but they also posed as an effort to undermine democracy and weaken our country. Word on the street is that some of these were copies of Hungarian dictator Viktor Orban's decrees that were badly translated by Google Translate. Allegedly, according to the Trump administration, with regards to at least the OPM clusterfuck, they didn't even know that was in there. Don't know how it got there, which, even if that's remotely true, is the worst fucking signal that these incompetent ass clowns are the very DEI hires they're always raging about. In the meantime, thin-skinned piss baby Elon Musk, or whatever his goddamn name is, the wealthiest illegal immigrant in history, a man with government contracts and a top secret security clearance who simultaneously cozies up to the Russian dictator Vladimir Putin. Sorry, I got lost in my own ranting. Where was I? Oh yeah. Elon Musk has basically fired a bunch of seasoned government officials and is now firmly in control of the financial and personal information of every citizen in the United States. Let me say that again. Elon Musk, whose obscene amount of wealth grows by billions of dollars each week, is now firmly in control of the U.S. Treasury Department and owns your personal identifiable information for no good reason other than he bought the election for his cuck, Trump. Nobody fucking elected this racist foreigner, and on day one of the new administration, this guy is standing behind a podium with the presidential seal giving a goddamn Sieg Heil, not once, not twice, but 3 fucking times. And if you had the intestinal fortitude to watch the video instead of staring at a single frame JPEG, it becomes instantly obvious to anyone with 2 brain cells to rub together that Musk is very deliberately doing a Sieg Heil. And yet the media talking heads and political pundits are like, well, he's just autistic. And according to who, motherfucker? Elon? The guy who invented a Mary Sue alt account to suck his own dick on his own social media platform? That guy? The guy who said he wasn't going to donate to any candidate and then gave $250 million to the GOP? The guy who says that he's not a racist, but his whole fucking family fortune is built on apartheid and his grandfather was a fucking Nazi? This same lying-ass liar praised a neo-Nazi group and told far-right Germans to get over their guilt about the Holocaust? That guy? Predictably, bootlicking simps on the Republican sides are just rolling over like the bitch-made beta cucks that they are, letting fascist authoritarians subvert the democratic process because if they don't speak up, they won't be primaried and thus lose access to a bunch of cushy benefits, but also the ability to further enrich themselves at the expense of taxpayers that they've been fleecing their entire congressional career. But you know who else is either radio silent or meekly protesting under the politest of terms? The fucking Democratic Party. They take to Twitter to post trite little sound bites like, "This must stop," and "We must put an end to this." Do you motherfucking Democrat limp dicks not understand that you are the government and that you possess the power to put a stop to this? I mean, you're in the fucking minority because you stupid cucks ran the worst election season in the history of worst election seasons. I get it. You lost, but you still have far more power and far more connections to work inside Congress than literally anybody else who isn't a filthy rich oligarch lobbyist. Meanwhile, the American people are out there protesting in the streets and organizing and preparing for the worst. We, the people who have often 2 and 3 jobs to work just to pay rent and put food on the table, are shouldering the burdens for absent Democrats. Like, motherfucker, I can't afford to go out there and protest on a goddamn Wednesday every week. I can't afford strikes. I can't afford boycotts. And it's classist as fuck. And the leftist gatekeepers and their party purity tests are out there saying, you shopped at Walmart, comrade? You must hate this country. Like, no, you dumb son of a bitch. That's literally the only fucking place in town to buy groceries since, oh, I'm sorry, I don't have a Wegmans and Trader Joe's and Whole Foods trifecta or the financial ability to buy $50 free-range, ethically clean chickens that died happy and fulfilled, you fucking ass bag. But I digress. I'm just really fucking tired of seeing members of Congress sharing their quote-unquote outrage over things Trump and Elon are doing and how quote-unquote it must stop. You are literally the fucking government, Representative Jayapal. You have the power to do something. Doing nothing means that you're complicit in this. Where the fuck are you morons? Are you going to sit back and wait until January 2026 to start talking about it so that you have more cute little sound bites for when it's time to run for re-election? Because you really screwed the fucking pooch in 2024 and y'all motherfuckers didn't do a goddamn thing. And now America has a bunch of fascist enablers in charge of the Supreme Court, the House of Representatives, and the Senate. This majority exists because you fucking clowns were fucking weak and you didn't do what needed to be done. And you didn't stack the Supreme Court when you had the majority, and you didn't prosecute Trump despite the fact that the investigatory team said his conviction was a slam dunk. They fucking told you exactly who they were. The plan to be a dictator on day one and what their Agenda 47 and Project 2025 aims to do. This was the American Mein Kampf and it was a blueprint. And we all knew it was coming except for the losers in loser denial who backed this shit show. Every terrible thing the Trump regime did was expected. Hearing the sense of loss and grief from the trans and non-binary friends who had been told by their government that they no longer exist, that was heartbreaking. Hearing fears and suffering of immigrant friends who were worried about deportation by roving ICE squads was alarming. Each executive order felt like another stab to the chest. One even repealed executive orders and mandates that formed the basis for the 1965 Civil Rights Act, for fuck's sake. We all knew this was coming. Like, why should we ever trust Democratic politicians ever again? You are the most toothless bunch of bottom barrel, low effort losers I have ever seen. And I was in the fucking infantry, for God's sakes, full of the dumbest bunch of ass-fab waiver shit knuckles the country has to offer. Why aren't you Democrat Congress people out there raising holy hell, being loud, being aggressive, and at least putting on a good show? We literally had a dude in the Oval Office who says shit like grab him by the pussy and has used racial slurs. So let's not pretend that you have to be civil. My YouTube comments are filled with angry, pissed off liberals and progressives and leftists which I call the American left, just to piss off the pedantic gatekeepers. Anyway, my comments are fucking filled with these pissed off Americans who are drawn to my commentary because I'm fucking angry. I'm filled with venom and vitriol and spite, and that's what they want from their elected officials. They want angry people. They are drawn to sound bites of Representative Jasmine Crockett absolutely laying waste to fascist cultists like Nancy Mace and margarine trader Greed. That anger is what people want to see. Remember before Kanye was a mentally ill weirdo who was simping for Nazis and saying anti-Semitic shit? Remember when he begged President Barack Obama, just go off one time, just go off, because he wanted a politician to get mad. And Obama refused because he understood that people are afraid of angry black people for some weird racist reason. Anyway, that's what we need. We need our elected officials in the Democratic Party to get a fucking clue. Take the fucking hint. Borrow a page from the populist playbook. People are mad as fuck. People are outraged. People are afraid. And all of those emotions can be weaponized. Democrats, fucking listen to Big Sarge for a second like you're a brand new fucking boot-ass second lieutenant butterbar fresh out of Officer Basic about the same time that you're old enough to finally buy beer. Listen to Big Sarge. You need to cash in on this outrage. You want to run for re-election? You want to pull in all the angry Republicans who are finally breaking with the party of Trump over all the promises that they're now seeing him break? You want to galvanize all the disparate, discordant voices on the American left? You want to get people to vote for you? Then you need to capitalize on the massive amount of anger, fear, and outrage. You should have started in November. You should have been fired up on 20 January. But so far, all we've got is a bunch of meek, compliant, well, I must respectfully request that you cease and desist type of bullshit on the fucking social media platform owned by a literal fucking illegal immigrant whose daddy made a fortune during the racist-ass foreign countries period of white supremacy. Get fucking mad like the rest of us. Get fucking angry like the rest of us. Get fucking outraged like the rest of us. And then fucking do something about it, you feckless, castrated, limp dick motherfuckers. You literally have idiot pick-me's in the Republican Party trying to overturn the Constitution so that Trump can run for office again. You literally have a fucking billionaire that nobody fucking elected who now has the personal and financial information of every American in the country. You literally have the worst, most unqualified DEI hires filling office and cabinet positions, throwing the government into chaos. What other fucking science do you need? What light can we shed on the literal goddamn writing on the wall? The vast majority of Americans are pissed the fuck off. You have a goddamn mandate from angry Americans everywhere across a wide range of the political spectrum, and you're pissing away this opportunity. Wake the fuck up and find your fucking spines. You are an American. Fucking act like it, because if you don't, one of two things is going to happen. One, democracy is going to be outlawed and you will be hauled off to a camp. Or two, we're going to see a rise in political violence as pissed off Americans start to refresh the roots of the tree of liberty with the blood of patriots. And there's no fucking putting the lid back on that Pandora's box. That's not a threat or a call for violence. That's a fucking prediction. When you push people way too far and they don't have any other options and they're out of money and they're out of fucks to give, in this country, we know what happens. It happens fucking at least once a century. Again, that's just a fucking prediction. You've got about a year and some change to pull your fucking heads out of your fucking arses, because if you think that we're going to vote for you in the 2026 midterms, if we even fucking have them, then I want some of what you're smoking, because you are higher than giraffe pussy. So yeah, Democrats, we're fucking mad as hell, and that anger isn't just aimed at the administration and the morons who voted for this shit. Our anger includes you. You are not absolved of anything, so get your fucking asses in gear, find your spine, lace up them boots, pull out your moral compass, and take point. If anything that I've said in this whole diatribe makes you mad or upsets you, fuck your feelings. Admin Tim 316 says get fucked and die mad about it. Lay your prayers and concerns at the altar of St. Fluipat, because I'm not having it. Hashtag not sorry, not sorry. And before y'all ask me in the comments, no, Big Sarge is not going to run for office. I have what's called a misspent youth, and I'd spend my whole ass fucking campaign season trying to get ahead of all the scandals, talking about all the bad shit or dumb shit or the immoral shit that I've done. And I'd never get to talk about the issues that are important to me and my plan to combat them. It'd literally just be like one long ass year of Democratic candidate admin Tim McBigsarge today fought back about the rumors that he got an Article 15 in the Army for having a threesome with his wife. So no, I'm not going to relive my wild ass youth just so that I can run for office. 2 claps and a Rick. 1 team, 1 fight. Join or die.
And now it's time for the throw punch!